Overnight Speaker Nancy Pelosi landed in Singapore, kicking off her trip throughout Asia as threats from China grow over her possible stop in Taiwan.
And earlier, a top Chinese official doubling down on their warning, quote, China has repeatedly made clear to the U.S. its serious concern of Pelosi's planned visit to Taiwan and its firm opposition to the visit. If the U.S. challenges China's red line, it will be met with resolute countermeasures. The U.S. must bear all consequences asking thereof.
All right. Pelosi will be the highest-ranking U.S. lawmaker to visit Taiwan since her predecessor, Speaker Newt Gingrich, went 25 years ago. Mr. Speaker, how did we get to this point where it's a standoff between the administration, the Speaker, and China?
Well, let me just say before I get to that serious news, I'm sitting here thinking about, 1,100 women who are now calling the Fox studio trying to set up a date after that sales pitch.
Oh, for Lawrence?
That was pretty impressive. I mean,
thank you,
can
Mrs.
get that sales pitch
now
and
you know
a
what we
salary.
talk about during
You're
the
doing
commercial.
great.
Right.
Anyway, I apologize.
We should go live
I
to the.
had to say that.
Do you want me to, we can compliment you because I was with a family member yesterday and she said she's reading your book right now. It is excellent. And I said he is one of the smartest men that we interview, and she agrees.
Well, that's very kind of her. So now back to Asia. When I went, in 1996, we'd had a real crisis. President Clinton had sent 2 U.S. aircraft carriers through the straits of Taiwan as a signal that the Chinese communists could not invade. I had strongly supported President Clinton, and then the Chinese communists invited me to come visit and make speeches in both Shanghai and Beijing. But when they learned that I was also going to go to Taiwan, they went crazy. And they said, you can't do this, etc. Gardner Peckham, who was my national security advisor, I ended up overhearing a conversation between him and the Chinese Communist ambassador. And he said, look, the Chinese Communist dictatorship doesn't tell the American speaker where they can or can't go. And frankly, if you really want him to choose between Taiwan and China, he's going to go to Taiwan and skip China. Well, at that point, they said, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. And we ultimately worked out a deal. I went to China. I gave the speeches they had committed to. Then the deal was I had to fly from Beijing to Japan and then fly to Taiwan. I could not go straight from Beijing to Japan, from Beijing to Taiwan. I mean, that was it. They backed down. Their current bluff is just that. Look, they are harassing Taiwan every week. They're flying aircraft into Taiwanese space. They recently announced a live fire zone off of Taiwan. They're doing all they can to rattle the Taiwanese people, who are 24 million free people with a free election and a free news media, who produce, by the way, about 67% of the world's high-value computer chips. So it's a very important place. I hope Nancy is going to go there. I think once it became public, and I wrote a newsletter about this last week at Gingrich 360, I said, once it's public, you can't back down. And I saw that Herschel Walker yesterday had done a video saying exactly the same thing, that you have to stand up to the Chinese communists, or they will interpret it as a sign of weakness, and they'll grow even more aggressive.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Go ahead.
Why is the administration being so timid? I mean, Joe Biden is aware of that history that you just laid out. He was in the Senate at the time. Why is he not responding in kind to China?
Look, I don't know to what extent Biden is influenced by the millions of dollars his family has made out of dealing with communist China. I don't know to what extent he's influenced by having a bunch of pacifists around him who proved in Afghanistan, they're proving in Ukraine, they don't understand power, they don't understand how the world really works. And if you think you can appease the Chinese communists, you are completely misreading history. They are very tough, smart people, and they're going to take as much as you give them.
Right. Newt, thanks so much. By the way, according to the New York Times, Biden's aide said she is now expected to proceed with the plan. They went on to say that it would look bad if she had backed off now because of the perceived weakness. But what they might do in return, the Pentagon's studied possible retaliation tactics that China might use. They don't want to bring that
They're talking about reunification. What does this mean? Does this really mean a takeover? Is that inevitable? So many questions here.
Better not.
Look, if our Defense Department can't protect an American Speaker of the House, why do we think they can protect Taiwan?
Absolutely. By the way, the president said,
this is nonsense. Yeah, this is nonsense. I mean, we clearly can dominate China if we have to, and we ought to be prepared to let the Chinese know, the communists know that.
Absolutely,
Okay.
Mr.
Newt's
Speaker,
book is Defeating Big Government Socialism, and it is out now, so go pick it up. Thank you so much,
Thanks,
Mr.
Mr.
Speaker.
Speaker.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.